Well, when you hear this stinger, you know what it means. It's another Alex Garrett Podcasting. And I wanted to tell you, I had a very interesting day off yesterday. And I learned a couple of important things. Firstly, impromptu adventures are always fun. Am I right? Impromptu adventures are always fun. And this one led me to, after spending a lot of the day at home, ended up seeing my dad for a while, and then ended up meeting Bob DeSalvio of the Genting America's East, which is the property owner of the Hyatt on the resorts and the Aqueduct property. Anyway, pretty big name in the Queens community, and I got to shake his hand, and I put my card in his hand. But it didn't end there. And my point today is always have your business cards. Always print them out. Always have them on hand, because you never know what the day is going to bring. So I then decided to go to see the St. John's Red Storm take on LIU. Okay, well, Rod Strickland, famous basketball player, head coach now of the LIU Sharks. Well, they went into Carnesecca, kind of got blown out, and the Red Storm are now 8-0, looking for a 9-0 start on Sunday. But last night, I got to meet the Associate AD/Chief Financial Officer, Mike Berry. Boom, handed in my business card. Scott Graham, someone I had worked with as an intern when Westwood One was, temporarily, I guess you say, named Dow Global Sports before going back to Westwood One Sports. And he's sort of the voice of the NFL, which was kick-ass to meet Scott Graham. And then, to tap off the night, I got a chance to catch up with St. John's Analyst. And, he sometimes does TV with Fox Sports 1. But you hear him on with John Minko on your Varsity app or online streaming with IMG Sports. Vin Parise, and I caught up with Vin to talk about this 8-0 hot start for the Johnnies. I'm here with Vin Parise, courtside at Carnesecca Arena. Look, I've followed the team for a while now, but 8-0 start, what's gotten into this team this year?
Well, I'll tell you, I think, it's obvious that, Alex, from Big East Media Day on, a lot of people, league-wide were excited and intrigued by the amount of returners that Mike Anderson brought back to the program. But, I think the fact that Joel Soriano is one of the more improved players in the nation, probably the leader right now for most improved in the Big East,
sure.
Along with the experience of their guards, I think makes this St. John's team very intriguing. And, we saw what they could do in Brooklyn.
Well, right. When they won the Empire Classic, that was that was a staple, wasn't it? And a warning sign to the rest of the league, I guess you'd say.
It was. And listen, not to take away, from any of these non-conference opponents here at Carnesecca, but that was really one that got the, attention. That's the one that got them a top 25 vote. That's the one that really showed that, they could play with teams with legit size. But I got to tell you, this Sunday in Ames, Iowa is going to be a great litmus test, because you're talking about a big-time opponent, and now you're talking about, you have veterans on your club that got to perform in a hostile environment.
Now 9-0 for the first time possibly since the 90s, right? 1991?
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you two things. Posh Alexander, he's showing his veteran presence now, isn't he?
Yeah, in my opinion, and listen, I love the way Joel Soriano is playing right now as much as anybody. Sure. Posh Alexander, to me, is truly the X factor and the MVP of this team. It's a different type of team when Posh Alexander's on the floor. From the moment he plays 94 feet of defense, the way he makes the job easier for his teammates on the offensive end, Posh is just one of the best all-around guards in the Big East.
Now, let's be honest, this is the first full year for Mike Anderson, no really COVID hiccups, and this is showing what he could do, right? I mean, we've seen the last couple of years, but this is the year for him.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Listen, they got size, they got strength. They got guys that are, positionless basketball. They got multi-positional. They got big wings like Jones. You're talking with the coaching staff before the game. They'll say we probably got to shoot it a little bit better from the perimeter and 3-point land. But that comes. It's still November, and I'm really looking forward to this Iowa State game.
And I know it's LIU, but Rod Strickland is a big name to coach against, isn't he?
Oh, no doubt about it. Listen, you're talking about 13th all time in the NBA assists, and then when you look at Mo Hicks from legendary Rice High School. You look at Charles Jones. Talk about some New York City basketball royalty on that bench.
Well, as the season goes on, I'd love to have it on for a further conversation, so let's stay in touch.
No doubt about it, my friend.
Vin Parise, thanks so much. I mean, that was just so cool, and thank you, Vin, for spending a little time courtside after their victory last night against LIU. And yeah, Ames, Iowa. I'll be watching that day, will you? It'll be a huge, huge afternoon for the Johnnies fan base. And always, wherever you go, have a stack of business cards. Because you never know whose hands you're going to be able to put them in. And sort of spread your brand and who you are into the hands of those that matter, I guess is how I feel right now. I'm Alex Garrett Podcasting. We'll have Lou on later in the week. Again, Lou Terminello, Team USA winning last night. Oh my gosh, how exciting was that? Huh? How exciting. We hope Pusilic is going to be okay after a contusion as he was colliding with the Iranian goaltender on the way to make that one goal for Team USA. He did have an injury. We'll have to see how that contusion is. And, hey, look, it's USA-Netherlands on Saturday. And I may not be able to make it, but if you can, support Viscardi at Viscardi Night on Friday night. Islanders against the Predators, UBS Arena. Show up for our squad. Why not? And show up on December 10th for the Sportsman Tournament. That's going to be a fun one. For now, I'm Alex Garrett. Another feature, 5 Minute Fix Plus, I guess, of Alex Garrett Podcasting.